we came on here and said that you won the debate with academics. Fact. I never said you came away unscathed. I never said you just left that fight without a bruise or a mark on your face. That narrative exists now. And there seems to be a little bit of merit and a little bit of credence to it, and all you do is help when you seemingly jump in front of anything coming Roc Nation's way or Hove's way or Desiree's way.
All right, so Charlamagne Tha God has had a tough week. Everybody is trying to figure out the connections between him and Jay-Z and Roc Nation, and academics opened up this door when he said, yo, Charlamagne and Jay-Z was trying to open up this casino. Then you got Dame Dash coming out and saying, hold on, should it be legal ramifications if they was working together? And Charlamagne is saying X, Y, and Z on his platform. And then you got Ray Daniels coming into play with Charlamagne because Ray Daniels said, hey, Jay-Z's album is coming out, but he not gonna put it out unless he partners with somebody like Target again. And so Charlamagne gave him Donkey of the Day, and so they've been going back and forth ever since then. So let's see what the JBP has to say about this whole craziness with Charlamagne and Jay-Z and Roc Nation. Ray Daniels, make sure you like the video and subscribe. Let's get it.
Let's stay in music then. Let's talk about this Charlamagne Ray Daniels thing.
Oh yeah, yo, now.
I missed this one, so y'all gotta fill me in. Pause.
That's the thing about this pod. All the topics that's scorching hot. Few people here always missed it somehow. Few people here always missed it. The ones that really get the views viewing, really get some virality popping, huh? It's a few people here we always count on. Miss some things. Now, just so y'all know, anytime that's set up here, I don't believe it if it don't come from Ish. So you saying that, I don't know who you talking to.
This at the same time.
I don't know who Parks is talking to.
I watch a lot of things.
Yeah. All right, so come on, break it down. Listen, Ray Daniels went on a podcast. It wasn't his podcast, and he said, yo, I heard that the Jay-Z album is finished and it's coming out, but it might not come out. That's contingent upon who his business deals are with. If he could close something, he's looking for a partnership. So yada, 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 yada. That's what he said. And then Charlamagne went on the Breakfast Club shortly after, maybe a few days later, and gave Ray Daniels Donkey of the Day and said, hey, if you're going to go out there with such a wild proclamation, then maybe you should put it on, say, I heard, say, yada, yada, yada. And he went on and he kicked Ray Daniels back in, and then Ray Daniels replied and said, hey, I did say I heard. But it's funny to me because why is Charlamagne spending this much time on me? When is the last time we've heard Charlamagne talk about an up-and-coming podcaster since he's been Mr. $200 million man? When's the last time you saw Charlamagne post the Donkey of the Day on his Instagram page? He does Donkey of the Day every day, and we never see it on his Instagram. So that's what Ray had to say about Charlamagne. If Charlamagne has replied to that, I have not seen it.
He said some more.
Charlamagne or Ray?
Ray.
I know Ray said more, but I'm trying to do like a Cliff Note version. Go ahead, Mark.
One more quick thing. After Ray Daniels said that the album was coming out, Roc Nation themselves made a statement.
Said that it was not coming out and that was fake news.
Yes.
Was that
And
post
They
true?
didn't say that.
I'm asking you, was that because I saw the screenshot?
It said fake news.
I saw the screenshot floating around. That it was a Roc Nation Instagram post that said, "Album done."
Finished.
That's
fake news. Or album done. Fake news.
My point was when I went to look at their page to see that myself, I didn't see that. So I don't know if that was manufactured or if that was real.
Right. You never know now. You gotta
People
look it
do
up.
that shit.
Or they might have took it.
Right. There was, yeah.
And it's churred. It's like a CH, but it's not really there. It's manufactured.
That's
What do you say?
So
Joe, where do y'all stand? Mark, I know Charlamagne is your friend. Yes, me and Charlamagne have digitally pieced it up, but this topic is going to get the views viewing. We can't run from it. This topic might get us viral if we talk about it the right way. It's a hot topic out there. No, seriously.
So this is what I think.
I need some virality.
First, I heard the same thing Ray heard. I didn't hear about the corporate partnership part, but I heard there's an album that was done. I heard that back. Maybe
It's the worst kept secret.
Yeah, it's not. That's not like, to me, that wasn't even worth mentioning.
Yes. No, you can't say that.
No, I'm not saying anything
Can't
wrong.
say
I'm just
that.
saying like it wasn't surprising to most of us. I'm not saying anything
That's
wrong.
not information. I saw Ack talk about it. Ack said, I heard the same thing. That's not something I would bite on. It's not something I would bite on. Pause.
Yeah.
But Ray Daniels, if somebody tells him
Not
that,
just that, bigger than that. Y'all are talking about, to my point that I made last week or 2 weeks ago, dog, y'all talking about people that are in the know.
Right.
The masses don't have the same sources of information that we might have
True.
behind back channels. So if you giving information to the masses, you can't say this is well known because everybody don't know that.
well, he didn't. He did say.
He said,
I heard.
I heard. He did say that. He did say
He didn't
that.
say it matter of factly. He said, "Yo, I heard." Word and
Let me say, I don't think he did anything wrong. I think it was not a surprise to the people who are in the know, but not to the world. I think he did what he did, and he's getting clicks.
No, that's true. What you think about what Charlamagne did?
I'm going there. So then I think when I saw Roc Nation's response, I was thinking, this is a very careful response. Because everything Ray said could have been done, and it could be a technicality keeping it from being true. Like, oh, we're waiting for one bonus track.
We got 2 more songs.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything else could have been true, but one little detail. So it felt very careful. They didn't say there's no album. They didn't say there's no project. They didn't say wrong. They said album done, fake news. So I made me think Ray was probably right. Giving him Donkey of the Day, I thought was a little extreme.
It's harsh.
I was like, I done seen Donkey of the Day go for like big shit. You know what I mean? Donkey of the Day, right after Roc Nation responded.
For not citing your sources.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that to me was like, it felt like overkill. Now I don't know the why of it, but
Yeah, what's this?
Oh, here you go.
it don't.
Mark.
But it
Mark,
looks
Mark,
like.
Mark, hold up, Mark. If because you're going to take us away from organic, authentic land, I said that this topic could take us
I'm
viral.
about to get you there.
You are underestimating the fans' ability to sniff out bullshit. You are underestimating the fans' ability to sniff out bullshit.
I'm not bullshitting. You just didn't even let me finish. What I'm saying is, now you made me lose my train of thought. But the point is, what it looks like is that the narrative is right? That there's somebody saying, look, we need you to make a big deal about this. We need, i.e. Roc Nation.
I think
That's what it looks like.
When you say the narrative,
is that, and Charlamagne played on this the other day when he took the picture of him
when he
with Dez.
took the picture with Dez,
Yeah, and said
and
act
said
like we're
this
an
is our
employee.
employee evaluation meeting.
But if you
what did you think of that strategy? Because that is a strategy.
I thought it was a good strategy, but again, I don't think he works for Roc Nation. But his relationship with them is very clear. A lot of people out there have relationships with these companies when
It's
they don't
not
work.
very clear, Mark.
I'm saying it's clear to me. It looks to me like there's a relationship. Let me put it very simple. If you never do put nobody's Donkey of the Day, and then one day you make this one person Donkey of the Day for going against Roc Nation, it does look like you're being influenced by Roc Nation. You have some kind of relationship with them. I don't think he works for them, but there is clearly some kind of relationship there. We've all had, I don't know about y'all, I mean, I say all. I've had relationships with companies where they don't tell me what to do, but they'll send me a text or send me a note saying, hey, did you see this thing or that story you said? We'd rather you not do that. And we move on it. So if you're not being influenced by Roc Nation, the Donkey of the Day and the Instagram post did the opposite of that because it definitely looks away. But I thought to me the Donkey of the Day shit was too much. And I love Charlamagne. I just think it was a bad choice.
even if he gave him Donkey the other day, I think how he talked about Ray was a little harsh. Like he
did go kind of hard.
What did he say? I didn't hear that part. What did he say?
He kind of discredited him like as a
Let me find it
professional.
for you
Like
just
play
so
it,
you can
He-
hear
he
it
was-
more.
he was a little-
I'd hate
he
for
was
you
a
not
little
to have
harsh.
heard. I'd hate for you not to have heard on such a very important topic.
Yeah,
One that could get us viral
I think,
and get us many views.
and so Ray doubled down and said
Let me find
the same day he said, "Yo, I've only spoken to Charlamagne ever one time." He said, "I seen him in person once, but I only spoke to him on the phone one time." And he said the same exact thing was the subject matter, which was Ray had said something about Jay-Z, and I think Ray compared Jay-Z to Donald Trump. And he said Charlamagne called him on the phone and said, "Yo, you going a little rough, blah, 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 blah." So he said he asked Charlamagne, like, "Yo, y'all got business together?" And Charlamagne was like, "Nah, I don't fuck with Roc Nation. I don't got no business with them. I'm just saying from one black man to another, I think it's a bad thing to do." And he said 3 days later, Wayno released the fact that Charlamagne is working for Roc Nation. And he was like, now it all ties in and it all tracks. So I just think he was a little harsh to give him Donkey of the Day for that.
Yeah, don't get
That's
it.
it.
Part that I want to address the most. Charlamagne said, "I'm gonna get past all of the personal attacks over here. Let's go."
Where's the donkey? My whole algorithm has been Charlamagne, academics, and Ray Daniels. Looks like they've scrubbed this Donkey today. Shit, I'm having trouble finding it, but it showed you what he said. Oh,
Nah,
yeah,
he was a little rough.
got it.
He was a little rough.
Got
On
it.
his podcast,
Here we go.
Ray Daniels Presents, I believe it's called, and he said definitively, okay, without a shadow of a doubt, that Jay-Z had a new album coming out. Let's listen.
Your reputation at all cost. we have to learn from Hov. Hov is not going to put himself out there to be laughed at. It's just, I'm not doing 60,000, y'all. By the way, tell you something I know I heard about on the Jay-Z tip. Just a little quick update. His album's done.
Funny shit, he plays the clip
It's just
where he says,
What I heard.
I heard. Maybe he missed that part.
You cannot play about your brand.
All right.
I'm gonna cut it off because Ray is my man, and he just going like a little too
This
hard.
is way too
for
much. Ray was just
work.
talking about the importance of brand alignment. Like, it wasn't like he was reaching for Jay-Z virality. Like, that was just a little tidbit. Ray does sometimes do things for virality. I can
does.
openly
This
admit that.
wasn't it.
This is,
This
to
is
me,
not
not
it.
even close to one of those situations.
So I think he was a little rough. Pause.
What's the
Yeah.
reason behind
Mark,
it?
now that you've heard it,
I'm also confused why Charlamagne would hide Roc Nation ties if there are any.
I mean, I don't. Whenever this stuff came out last month, and I don't remember every specific detail of it. It was clear that they have business relationship. I think again, it's the wordplay. I don't work for them.
it has not been clear. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Well, he sat with
That's
Ak.
one
He
of them-
talked
that's
about.
With the stuff with Ak I'm talking about that came out,
They talked about it for a minute.
He still did not
No,
say
he
that
did
I'm
not-
in bed
he
with
never
Roc
He said
Nation.
that they.
I'm not
He
talking
said
about what he
that.
said. I'm saying there's an. They
It
clearly
looks
have-
like it.
I'm talking about what
Yeah.
Charlamagne said. He said that his extent. If I'm freestyling, so
Yeah.
forgive me if I'm wrong.
You're not
but
quoting.
The gist of it was that him and Roc Nation were working on some of the casino shit in Midtown, which goes back to me saying all this shit.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
we're in front for fucking casino business.
he
But that's
has
what
a-
he said on the
that-
academic.
he has a
stuff.
business
And
relationship
also
with
what
them.
he said,
said
in
that
that
when he
Ak
said it like
interview
it was from an
was,
investment
I am a fan
Yeah.
of Hov the way you are a fan of Drake, and if an opportunity comes up, why wouldn't I take it the same way you would take it?
Yeah.
My thing is this with Charlamagne, right? Yeah, we came on here and said that you won the debate with academics. Fact. I never said you came away unscathed. I never said you just left that fight without a bruise or a mark on your face. That narrative exists now. And there seems to be a little bit of merit and a little bit of credence to it, and all you do is help when you seemingly jump in front of anything coming Roc Nation's way or Hov's way or Desiree's way. That's what it appears like, right? Like, I don't know his business. I don't know who he works for or with. But in that Ak interview, it came out that, hey, if we did get the casino, you would have a piece of it. That's, to me, is called working with.
But no, because the way he kind of worded it was, yo, I'm an investor here.
Yeah.
Like, I can be an investor, or any one of us can be an investor with another big conglomerate.
For sure.
That don't necessarily mean that we are investing as a unit together.
That's real simple to say.
Yeah.
And if you say that, it's easily understood by whoever is digesting that comment. Charlamagne never really speaks directly to things. He always speaks in like some type of code to where,
vague.
hey, yeah, to where
And to-
I'm saying it, but I'm not saying, hey, if they would have got it, I'd have been in on it. But they didn't get it, so I wasn't in on it, so that wasn't an ad. Ak's point was, hey, that all of that should have been said across airwaves, and you might have been violating whatever rules you. I don't talk about that because I'm not Poetic Flacco and them niggas that get on the internet and get to ratting on everybody about what they did wrong. That's not my
I was about
bad.
to say, but that to Charlamagne's defense, he don't have to.
Well, you do have to.
Well, you have to disclose
You
that.
do
That
have
was
to.
the point.
No, I'm saying
legally, you
I don't
to.
have to let you got to let somebody
Yes.
know that he
Yes.
has an affiliation with Roc Nation.
Yes, yes,
Yes, if y'all
You
are in
have,
business,
if you are saying something
like-
over the airwaves as if it's an ad and you are not expressing your personal affiliation with that, you are violating.
It ain't just airways.
FCC
Like they
rules.
got that shit now with social media, all that. You can't post something if it's. You have to let it be known that this is an ad.
Yeah.
You cannot just make
But
it
that's
look.
an ad.
That's where.
But
But
that's
that's
what it is.
where the
They
great-
ads. They seeky ads. That's what they saying. That's what they're saying.
If I got business dealings with your company, with that's that ish, and I'm somewhere talking about that's that ish in a positive light, but I have an interest there,
That
I have to
nobody
make
knows
that
about.
and nobody know. That's illegal. I
I
have
think
to
what
make
gets
that
tricky
interest
is
known.
An advertisement is something that I pay for. So if you just fuck
That's not
with
true.
it,
No, that's not necessarily true.
It's not true.
I think where it gets
really?
Not definitively. Yeah. It doesn't have to be. It can.
It could be no money exchange, and you could be
Yeah.
doing an advertisement.
where it gets tricky, I think, is when you think about what the relationships are. For example, if I went on my own private platform and started promoting crime in America, I have a relationship with you and I have a business relationship with you. But it's not necessary. But if I just do a commentary about how great your new show is, that's not an ad.
Well, you also don't participate in the upside of crime in America.
I'm with
which
you.
is a clear distinction.
And that's why I'm saying it's not enough to just have the relationship. There needs to that last piece you just mentioned has to be demonstrated.
Well, yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. I don't know their business enough. Like you said, I don't know their business enough to know.
Same, but forget about that. Let's throw that to the side because we do that here. We fucking get caught up in that. Throw that to the side. Even the picture with Desiree.
Yeah.
To be able to take a picture with Desiree.
Yeah.
Does say something.
I think it was an interview, right?
I don't know what it was.
It looked like they were on a set for an interview.
I've never met Desiree, Mark.
Okay.
I've only ever heard about her from people that I know and care about and love. They speak very highly of her in terms of her business savvy, how shrewd she is, and how she gets things done.
I've seen her.
I've also heard about other things to where, yeah, I could understand that side as well. So when these people get to talking about, Roc Nation and Desiree, they may be playing outside of the lines of the rule book, I'm home saying, yeah, that's how they play.
And again, back to my point
how they all
last
play.
time, especially once you start getting into political, economic shit at that level, it's a different level of game that they're playing.
A whole different ball game.
Yeah.
That's
Why
but
you
we're no
so
longer
hard?
talking about critiquing music.
Well, that's why I would
We're talking about like the whole business of politics is fucking mudslinging.
See,
and protecting someone from being
backdoor
mudslinged.
Parks, I agree, but that's why I was surprised to see a bullet used for something for Ray for something that seems so low stakes. Because if an album's not coming out, who gives a shit? And if it is, we're gonna find out it is anyway. So
maybe the fact that it ain't about the album, it's the part that he's saying about
corporate
there
sponsors.
has to be a business deal tied to that album. Maybe that was going to be hidden one way or another. That you talking about something that the masses ain't supposed to know. But because again, today everything is numbers based. So if this album dropped and them numbers look a certain way, y'all not supposed to know it looked a certain way because of a business deal over here.
Which we saw happen with Magna Carta, by the way.
yes,
Yes.
with Sony, Samsung.
Yeah.
But it look a certain way, right, to people that have no idea about none of this shit that's being spoken about.
Which is the
right?
masses.
Like, I've met Jay-Z before and had a few talks with him in my past, right? Looking at this, I would put all my poker chips to the table to say, Jay-Z is not telling Charlamagne to go out there and go to bat for everything that is being said about him.
I agree.
No,
I would agree with that.
Yeah, no.
I would bet the farm
No.
that he's not telling her that.
Okay.
Telling him that. So why he feels like he needs to do it or he's obligated to do it is coming from somewhere else
I was
and
about to say,
something else.
So let me ask you a question.
Not saying it's not Roc Nation affiliated.
Exactly.
Because he took the pick with Dez.
That's what I was about to say.
But listen, if Hov is saying, yo, Dez run all this shit, go talk to Dez. Then that's what you're dealing with now.
I agree.
So when people say Roc Nation, yeah, they saying Jay-Z, but oftentimes when people say it, they're really talking about this woman
company.
who
The
I've
company.
never met. I can't. They be like, Joe, say something. Say that. I can't say I've never met the lady.
But see,
I've never met this woman.
yeah, same.
But I heard.
Let me put my Roc Nation cape on for
She
just
the
a
reason
second.
we got.
I heard.
She the reason to do, listen.
I heard she don't blame. Dog. I seen Ack online
Everybody
the other day.
was inside.
Hey,
The
Ack,
whole
let me
area.
tell you, I absolutely love all of this shit that you got going on. You are turning it up. A 46-year-old nigga like me loves to see it because I be home with low energy. Like, yeah, talk about that shit, yo. But Ack was talking on the stream and got swatted. He's right in the middle of his Roc Nation bag. Seen some on the cameras, had to run outside, had to go in. And he came back in and talked about it. What a good content piece if you get swatted, right? But I'm home with low energy saying, yeah, that's why I don't do it.
Yeah, why do you want the problems, yo?
Hey, no, Ice, these fans so stupid. Hey, why you don't talk about this? Because I don't like getting swatted.
Who wants
I
these
don't like
problems?
having lawyer fees for nothing. I don't like getting sued over some shit that read like bullshit on the paper. I don't like creating enemies with people who have the resources to make my life a living hell every day for the rest of my life. I don't. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Choose your
That's
battles,
my take
my
on
nigga.
it.
Choose your
That's my
battles.
take on it. Hey, Ack, salute. Hey, get him.
It's a whole bar for everything. Do not bark up that tree. That tree will fall on you.
All right, so for me at first, I wasn't really upset with Charlamagne going at Ray Daniels like that, because Ray Daniels kind of get on my fucking nerves. He's somebody that comes off as this industry insider, but to me, if you was really that guy like that in the industry, and you know, every time he talks, because I was in the industry, because I'm in the industry, like, if you was really that guy, you wouldn't be publicly saying these things. And he does come off as somebody who either has an axe to grind with the industry or is mad that he's on the outside. So when Charlamagne was saying, yeah, I spoke to him and the only reason he started podcasting is so he could try to get back in the industry, to me, some of that does seem to track. But when I listen back to it, and yeah, he did say, I heard, he didn't say it was a fact that Jay-Z was putting out this album and, you know, he needs to do this deal before he comes out with it. The fact that he said, I heard, and then Charlamagne said, hey, you trying to act like this is a fact, when no, he didn't do that. Then I didn't put together the science, which is, since Charlamagne has probably been on Netflix, he don't do Donkey of the Day the way he used to. Remember, every day it was a Donkey of the Day, it was a clip, it was a video, it was on Instagram, it was a whole big segment. And yeah, now all of a sudden you doing Donkey of the Day on Ray Daniels, and don't get it twisted, like, Ray Daniels ain't no big name. Ray Daniels, it ain't like talking about Chris Brown or Usher or who else is popular right now. Anybody who popping. Hell, Dame Dash is more relevant than Ray Daniels. And I know Ray Daniels doing this thing in the podcast world, but some of y'all gonna act like Ray Daniels was a household name. He wasn't. I knew who Rob Markman was when he started his podcast. As somebody who been around for a long time, I knew that name. I didn't know who the fuck Ray Daniels was. So yeah, Charlamagne doing all of that for Ray Daniels, it does seem a little fishy, even though I don't really fuck with Ray Daniels like that either, or at least his internet, you know, character that he's playing on these podcasts. Okay, so all right, I'm with the pod when they say Charlamagne did too much. Now, this whole thing about Charlamagne working with or having secret backdoor dealings with Jay-Z, and you see the pod, they trying to attribute it to Desiree, but don't forget, Charlamagne has always said, I'm a Winfrey Carter knows, or something like that he used to say on the Breakfast Club. Y'all know. So he always says his loyalty is to Jay-Z. But taking pictures with Desiree and all that other stuff, and when he sat down with academics, one part he did say is, you know, hey, just like you a fan of Drake, if Drake asked you to do business, you would do it too. I think Joe said this, he said, hey, you won the sit down, but you didn't walk away unscathed. And that was a moment where I looked at Charlamagne and I'm like, come on, bro. And that's my overall view of it, which is, you going about it wrong. Just come out and say, yeah, you did some business with the nigga. Just come out and say you loyal to him. You see Joe do it all the time. I think Charlamagne feels like if he comes out and says, hey, these are the people who I won't go against because I have relationships with them and I like them, that people would judge him differently. We already know it's the case. Just come out and stand on it. Just stand on it. Just come out and say, I bleached my skin. I used to live with Wendy Williams' husband, and I won't say nothing bad about Jay-Z or Roc Nation. Just come out and say that. And I think everybody will get off Charlamagne's ass. Now, it is something about a website that academics got an issue with Charlamagne over, because he said Charlamagne was bringing up some website that didn't exist during the sit down, but I'm still telling Ack, bro. That website is not the reason why people thought Charlamagne won that sit down. But I think even Joe saying you didn't walk away unscathed, I feel like that's a little bit of Joe trying to let academics know, hey, we wasn't trying to get on your head that hard. I still love you, Ack, okay? He didn't walk away from the sit down unscathed. All right. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.